Hey, this is Tony with Salt Strong, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing a custom rod that I've been using recently made by Black Pelican Custom Rods. We recently did a podcast with the owner Brandon over at Black Pelican, and he goes into detail about the scientific part of the rods, what they're made out of, and all that. I will leave that to him. I'm by no means an expert at that, so if you want to understand more about what these rods are made out of and the components, definitely check out that podcast. But as far as this video, I just want to give my honest feedback, again, the pros and cons of these rods. Alright, so the rod from Black Pelican just arrived, and this is the first thing I want to show in this video is how these are actually shipped, because I know a lot of us kind of worry about how rods are shipped when you do order them online or get them made for you, because you don't want your one piece to end up at your doorstep in two pieces. So as you can see, Brandon over at Black Pelican really did a good job just packaging this rod. It's in an actual PVC tube, and I don't hear anything moving around in there. So it's probably filled with either foam or bubble wrap. So let's go ahead and check it out. I'm gonna just cut open one side and dig in. So as you can see, looks like there's bubble filled with bubble wrap, which is awesome. There is the rod. Gonna run out of room here. See, very nicely packed with bubble wrap and plastic wrapping around the rod itself. And now I've got a piece of PVC pipe. So as you can see, it's shipped really well. And I'm going to be pairing this rod up with a Shimano Stratic. This is a CI4 Plus. It's going to make for a really nice lightweight combo. We'll start testing it on the water. And the next part of this video you will see will actually be some fish caught on this rod and my thoughts about them. So stay tuned for that. So the rod that I've been currently using, as far as the specs go, this is a 7'6" fast action rod. It has a lure rating of 1/4 to 1 3/4 ounces. So it's very ideal for anything from soft plastic paddle tails up to possibly some heavier jigs. And I've been able to throw cut bait on this rod as well, which is pretty heavy, and I have no fear of this rod actually breaking. As you can see here, go ahead and show you just how flexible these rods are, how strong they are. As you can see, I have that rod completely bent over. Basically, the rod tip is facing the ground right now. It's almost facing the butt of the rod, actually. So you can see they are very strong, very durable, and I have no fear of this rod breaking while fighting a fish. So as far as the components go that I have on this rod, that's another nice thing about custom rods, is that you can have them made to your liking as far as the grips go, the reel seat, the guides. Also, if you want some designs on there, if you want your name on it, stuff like that can be done. But as far as these grips go, I went with performance. I used the Winn grips on here. And what I like about these is that they are sticky and tacky even when they get wet. So wet or dry, you can have a good grip on the rod with these Winn grips. Also, I have an Alps reel seat on here. I like this reel seat because it has this double locking mechanism in the back, as opposed to one that would screw in and push the reel up to the seat and lock it in. So having that double mechanism is really nice, because over time when you're casting and casting, fighting fish, that one, if there's just one locking mechanism on there, it can come loose, and then you might risk having your reel fall off mid-fight with a fish. So it's just something nice about that Alps reel seat. And then as far as the guides go, I have titanium guides on here. You can also go with stainless steel. Stainless steel is going to be a little bit heavier, titanium is lighter, and titanium is also more resistant to corrosion and rust. So that's definitely a plus. But the price is going to vary, and that's where it comes down to the cons. The biggest con about these custom rods, and pretty much any custom rod you get, is going to be the price. They can be anywhere from $300, $400, $500 up to $800 or $900, depending on the type of rod and the type of components you want put on the rod. But again, you have to remember that these rods are being made by one person. They are spending a lot of time making these rods, making sure they are right, because the last thing they want to do is send you a rod that's going to fall apart. So definitely high quality and worth the price. Many people will go out there and spend hundreds of dollars on lures and tackle and gas and bait just in one day, and then you can spend a couple $100 on a quality rod that will last you a long time. So the last con that I found has to do with just waiting for the rod to come in, waiting for it to be built. And that's going to be the same across the board no matter where you're getting a rod made from, because it takes time to put these things together. It's just one person doing it. You have to wait for glue to settle. You have to wait for it to dry and cure. And you can't do that in a day. You can't put a rod together in a day and then ship it out. And also it depends on the workload of the person making the rods. So you do have to wait a little bit, but at the end of the day, you're getting a high quality product, and in my opinion, it's definitely worth the wait. So that will wrap up this review of this custom rod made by Black Pelican. If you have any questions or comments about this, please feel free to leave them down below. Also, if you want to get in contact with Black Pelican Custom Rods, you can check out the links that we have within the post on our main page. So definitely check that out. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.